Creative Assembly has released another Kislev trailer, teasing a few more units. I've also got some screenshots to share and analyze and watch later this week, probably Thursday, for my developer interview. Definitely go ahead and watch it down in the link below if you haven't. I'm just going to be going through a few frames here and analyzing some of these new units. Without further ado, let's take a look at the trailer. We start out here with this infantry that I had speculated in some videos before that perhaps this was a lower tier of infantry, and here we see them armed distinctly from the Tsar Guard. They also don't have cloaks. We also see the great weapon there in the back with those big old maces. Armor stylistically is very similar to the Tsar Guard though, so I'm guessing this is probably a lower tier of infantry. As to what tier these guys will actually be, it's hard to say. They look potentially pretty mid-tier with their armor. They don't look very heavily armored. They look slightly more armored than something like Empire State Troops, although Empire State Troops, with their helmet and breastplate, still only have about 30 armor, so these guys may be in the range of like 50 to 60 armor, hard to say. We also get some nice shots of the Kislev landscape. This looks like it could be a minor settlement battle map, potentially. Creative Assembly did confirm minor settlement battles. Of course, other YouTubers have talked about that, and I will be sharing more details in my developer interview as well, coming Thursday. Now this next shot, oh boy, yes, a Kislevite units with pistols. It's interesting to note though, there's a little bit of a continuity error actually. The shield kind of teleports from this guy's back onto his arm between these two shots, but let's ignore that for now and focus in on the pistol itself. This is the unit we saw before, more or less, same armor, same helmet, no cape. And now this guy has a pistol, and if you'll notice in the background of this other shot, this other guy who's kind of making a threatening gesture with his axe also has a pistol on his back. Very, very interesting. I think this is potentially that lower tier infantry or mid-tier infantry we saw before with the precursor volley of pistols. Like, it doesn't seem like their primary weapon is their pistols, but perhaps, kind of like miners and miners with blasting charges, you can take these guys, whatever they are, Town Guard, and then Town Guard with pistols, and essentially they still have the axes and shields, but maybe they just have a couple of precursor volleys of pistols. That would be super cool, but I'm not 100% sure, just pure speculation at this point. Definitely a unit I am going to be interested in, though. Once again, we've got the Streltsy doing that nice Slav squat. We get a beautiful close-up of those gun axes, and some more Kossars with spears. We've seen these guys before. Nice big shot of the armies here. Not kind of hard to see any distinct units at this distance and this detail. Typical of what we've seen Khorne Warriors so far against Kislev, just getting lit up by missiles. And this guy right here, looks to be the other Kislev Legendary Lord, if I had to guess. Probably like the Kislev version of Volkmar, the leader of the Grand Orthodoxy, sort of like a Rasputin-looking character almost. Definitely interested to learn more about him. We get a nice close-up of this saber-tooth. I figured before, some people had said maybe it was a dog or a bear, maybe a wolf or something, but I said definitely looks feline to me, and we do see here it's like a saber-tooth snow ice leopard thing. Very cool. Get some nice kill animations on these poor Chaos Warriors. Now we see the generic Ice Witch. I'm guessing this is probably the Lord level, maybe the Hero level. I want to say there's probably going to be both, but we'll see. He has a very cool matched sync kill here, and we also see another kill animation. I'm guessing perhaps a sync kill for this mace unit here. Another shot of the Streltsy doing a cool kind of melee chop and shoot, and then a nice line of Streltsy getting a volley in. This next one's also very interesting. A bear rider charging and hitting what appears to be Khornate Marauders. These dudes don't have shirts, they've got the glowing red weapons and Khornate shields, so perhaps another confirmed unit there. And then this thing, oh man, they actually did it. The Mad Lads and Lasses at CA, they actually did it! Wow! Kislevite War Wagons is something that I wanted, but I definitely didn't expect this. Basically, kind of like the Little Grom ice sled, but this time it's a ice sled crewed by Streltsy, pulled by bears, so literally Kislev war sleds, I guess, would be more appropriate. Pulled by bears, crewed by Streltsy. Definitely going to be AP, I would imagine will be quite a bit more expensive than War Wagons, but it remains to be seen. ridiculous and very, very cool. I'm a huge fan. I know some people didn't really like Little Grom. That's fine. Everyone has their own taste. I personally, though, am a huge, huge fan. And that's pretty much it as far as the trailer goes, so let's go ahead and take a look now at some of these screenshots. First up, we've got Katarine, and again, I don't know if this is the hero or lord level ice witch, but once again with the nice saber-tooth ice tiger, whatever you want to call it. Now we see the Ortho dude leading a bunch of low-tier troops out of the forest. I'm curious as to see whether this guy will be like Volkmar, just a pure support lord, or potentially a Lord of Fire caster as well. I don't know, that flaming stick makes me think maybe he'll have Lord of Fire, but we'll see. Would definitely be cool to get that dichotomy and juxtaposition of the Ice Queen and the Fire Grand Priest or whatever. Could make for some interesting differences in playstyle and storyline in the campaigns. And here we get a look at something that appears to be Tsarguard with a two-handed saber. Look very, very cool. Rather than great weapons, it appears that Tsarguard will have a great sword variant. This right here, I'm not sure if this is a battle map or campaign map. It's actually kind of hard to tell. Could potentially be the background of a battle map. This one is definitely more clearly a battle map, but looks awesome. These Kislev environments look absolutely stunning. As someone who lives in a mountainous region that in the winter doesn't look exactly like this, but somewhat like this, very cool stuff. And we've got a little bit of dwarven architecture here as well. I'm wondering if this is perhaps tied to the Krakadrak faction, or maybe just some ruins laying around. And we've got some actual gameplay screenshots, if you can call them that. It's kind of interesting here. Katarine, all her abilities but no spells, and everything is golden rank, so a little bit of a strange stuff there. But something very interesting to note, we get some unit cards down at the bottom. We see those Tsarguard with great swords. And we see some ice guards, not only with glaives, but another variant as well with dual hand weapons. And an eagle-eyed Redditor had spotted this in one of the screenshots that was released before when we had our preview, and I actually had not picked up on that. Forgot to include them in my video. We also see the unit card for the bear sleds. Absolutely hilarious. It's literally a sled with like a gun on it. It looks almost like a tank. Oh, amazing. I absolutely love it. And that's pretty much it as far as screenshots go. Relatively short video today. But again, I'll have my developer interview out on Thursday. We'll be talking about demonic instability, a little bit about multiplayer game modes as well, so be sure to tune in for that. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.